So, how do you replace your grommets? In this segment, I'm going to tell you about why and how you should replace those grommets. So, first of all, what are grommets? Grommets are these little tubes that are sticking out of the frame, and these are what you put the strings through. So there are several different reasons why you might want to change your grommets. One of them is if one of these little tubes breaks off, and if you string your racket, what happens with the string is that it might actually create some friction with the frame and it might break prematurely. So this is something you want to avoid. So if you feel like one of these little grommets is about to break off or is broken off, good time to change them. The other reason why you might want to change them is because of this bumper. So the bumper guard is integrated with the grommets most of the time, and if this gets damaged, this actually represents weight that you will lose off of your racket. So say you've got brand new rackets that are matched with weight, balance, and swing weight, and you actually have part of this bumper that's just come off because you don't bend your legs or you just rub it off the floor every time you hit a slice or a low ball. You might actually have some weight come off, and so your racket's going to be lighter and the swing weight's going to be lower. That's another reason why you might want to change your grommets. All right, we're going to proceed to removing those grommets. So I've got my pliers and I've got my awl. So let's see which ones we should start with. All right. This looks to be pretty easy. There we go. Comes one piece. And I'm just going to pull out the bumper, and that'll remove all the grommets. There we go. There we go. All right, so as you can see, different pieces. I've got those two side pieces. I'm gonna try to lay it this way. There we go. And the top piece, which consists of the bumper and 3 different pieces. There we go. All right, so here we've removed most of the grommets. Most of the time you'll remove your grommets for the bumper. So we don't generally remove those, but if you want to, I'm going to show you. And it's just as simple. So if you have a brand new set of grommets and you want to replace all of them, use that awl. Here, that bottom piece right here. Same thing for that side. Now, some grommets might be a little harder to remove than others, and these ones as well. There we go, and this little piece. There we go. So here we've got a grommetless racket. Smooth all around. All right, so we're going to proceed to putting those grommets back in place. These are used up, but we'll be able to put them back properly, no problem. If you have new grommets and you struggle to put them in, one good advice I have for you is to put them in hot water. Hot water to boiling water to make them a little bit looser, and it'll be easier to maneuver. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start with this bottom part, which is usually the easiest part. Start with this little rubbery one right here in the middle. All right, I got these ones, then I got this one that goes around. And so these ones I actually didn't need any tool. So I went to those side ones right here. Again, the trick there is to try to align them so they get out of the frame properly. And if they don't align, just use that awl right there to make them align. Same thing on the other side. So same here, I've got a few that didn't align properly. Use that awl. There we go. And the trick here is not to try to force them back in. If you force them back in, you might actually damage them, and that'll make it a lot harder to put them back in. There we go. And now we've got the hardest part. This part right here, we're going to take the bumper first. So you want to make sure it's aligned properly. So let's see. Yep, here we are aligned. Yep, and then you got to find the middle of your racket. And so a lot of rackets have a little mark to sort of right down the middle. This one does not, but be able to figure it out. Let's see. Okay. All right, yep. So these ones came in pretty easy. Next, I'm going to put these ones in, or these ones are actually, there we go. They popped in. Now the holes are not perfectly aligned, and again, I'm going to use my awl to get them to align properly. These ones, all right, all good. Same thing with this side. Start with the top. The reason why you want to start with the top is because they actually connect to the bumper. So if you start with the bottom, you might struggle to get them at the right angle for them to align. There we go. Now you want to make sure they all stick out from the frame. All right. And those last two parts, which are probably the hardest, so in case you feel like they're not smooth enough, you can use the pliers just to make sure they stay in a round shape. These ones are okay. Start with the top. There we go. So that came in pretty easy. Same thing, use my awl. All right, that satisfactory click. And that last one. And there you have it. How to replace your grommets. Just gotta make sure before you get your racket restrung that all those little tubes, all the little grommets stick out. And there you have it. How to replace your grommets.